Nuvema Uitvaartverzekeringen.
My name is Bex Marshall from houseofmercy.tv and you're listening to Blues and Friends at Barn FM. Thanks for tuning in and keep rocking in the free world.
Goedenavond, het is weer maandagavond. Blues and Friends hier op Barn FM. Tegenover me en in de ruimte hiernaast zit de band van Rosco, levee.
Hi,
Do I say this right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you
for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us over here. It's great.
Can you tell me something about yourself and just introduce your band?
Okay, well, my name is Rosco Levee. I'm from Kent in the UK, the southeast of Kent. The two guys I've got in the studio with me now is Mr. Lee Wilson, the piano player, and Simon Gardner, the bass player.
Hello.
And these guys are the Southern Slide. We kind of, since we released our debut album, we've changed the sort of name to Rosco Levee and the Southern Slide to give, because these guys, I kind of handpicked them to try and get the best band I could together. So it was a bit of a shame that it was just all under my name. So I kind of, we kind of created this pseudo name for them, the Southern Slide. So
we didn't want him to have all the limelight, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not all about me. It's the band. So.
Okay, well, we changed a little bit. Can you tell me how you met Rosco?
Rosco basically came and saw me play in another band and basically just walked up to me and said, I want you in my band, which was quite abrupt, but some reason I did it.
He's regretted it ever
since.
Yeah. So you like it?
Yeah, no,
of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And you are also you know each other for a long time, or just
no, literally just over a year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or just only the drummer? I heard.
Yeah, the drummer I've known since I was 5.
Yeah. Can you, the keyboard player?
Yes.
Can you tell me something how you met Rosco and
how I met Ross? I was in a house band in a venue in Canterbury in Kent, and I was asked to play by the organiser of the evening, just to sit in on the piano, because Ross was in doing his thing. He was just going to do a solo gig, weren't you? And so I was there, and I think the plan was that Rosco was going to do this band called Rosco Levee and make it into a big band, and because we got introduced at that time, that's how we hooked up.
That was about 2 years ago.
It was getting on 2 years ago, yeah. And we did a little pub gig together, didn't we? And that's when I met Dave. Yeah, that's how it all started.
Yeah,
for me anyway. Yeah,
that's how it all started.
Haven't looked back since, have you?
No.
And well, something else in the intro. You heard Bex Marshall.
Yes, yeah.
And you said you know her.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Bex Marshall, and I'm her stuff's great. She's got such a powerful voice, and she's doing, she does great stuff, and she sings. She plays on her own, and I've seen her, and it's just incredible. There's so much going on, and then you kind of like look, and it's just one lady and her guitar, and her voice is just it's fantastic. It's great. Yeah. Really, really good.
Yeah, she was here playing in the studio for a long time.
Fantastic. Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
Can you let me hear something about your band? Can you play me some songs?
Yes. Should we go and play some songs? Yeah, great.
Yes, please.
Yep. Thank you.
Rosco die gaat nu naar de andere ruimte. Hij pakt zijn instrument op. Hij speelt dus gitaar en hij gaat zingen. Hij pakt de dobro, dus misschien gaat hij ook wel een beetje slide laten horen. De andere muzikanten gaan klaarzitten. Dus een banjo-speler, een drummer, een bassist en een keyboardspeler. Ik denk dat ze wel zo'n beetje klaar zijn. Rosco, levee.
Okay, we ready to go? Okay, I'll best it, boys. You ready?
I should've known it wouldn't work like black candles in the dark. But still, but I soldiered on, and I soldiered on, and I soldiered on, men on horses in the night, they soldier on. Well, that's all good, you might say, that's more work for another day. The odds say I'm gonna lose. To get old Bessie back, I'll have to work till my bones crack. I say I'm gonna lose, and I'm gonna lose, he's gonna lose, and I'm gonna lose, he's gonna lose. I'm gonna work all night and they still gonna lose. Mount up, boy, go on. Hey! When this game's gonna done, I'm gonna get myself a gun. Girl, I want you better run. Well, I may not shoot straight and I might load a little late. With a Scotty gun, I ain't gonna miss. And I'm bound to hit, he's bound to hit, and I'm bound to hit, he's bound to hit. And I said with a Scotty gun, I ain't gonna miss. I'm gonna take one now, guys. Ready? Game's gonna done, I'm gonna get myself a gun. Girl, I want you better run. Well, I may not shoot straight and I might load a little late. With a Scotty gun, I ain't gonna miss. And I'm bound to hit, bound to hit, and I'm bound to hit, he's bound to hit. And I said with a Scotty gun, I ain't gonna miss. And I said with a Scotty gun, I ain't gonna miss. One more time, boy, go on.
Thanks, guys.
Dat was Rosco, levee met zijn band, het eerste nummer. En dat gaat gewoon door.
Okay, let's do Gold Rush.
And rivers of gold, way down the line. Cold as the wind is laughing at my heels. I found diamonds in the rough. You know that good stuff. Hey. Let down no resistance and open up your arms wide. Take all these good things can feel the fear that's holding you. Let it go. Swallow your pride. You know the marble man may lead. You know his fire seems enough to give you, baby, some of that good stuff. Yeah. And let down your resistance and open up your arms wide. Yeah. You gotta take all these good things, and I can show you where to run, where to hide, yeah. You sow the seeds, the man won't grow, and you take as a given that it won't be long. You know they pan for gold, and by the river you get your fortunes told. And by the river you know the girls are lean, so lean. And by the river you know her percent unseen, yeah. And let down your resistance and open up your arms wide. Take all these good things, I can show you where to run and where to hide. Oh no, and let down your resistance and open up your arms wide. You gotta take all these good things, oh now, and I can show you where to run and where to hide. Thank you. Okay, guys. Let's do that old kind of devil Robert Johnson one. Devil Come Knocking. Well, to knock on it once, knock on your door, you do. You know, and knock on it once, knock on your door, you do. But when the devil come calling, what is a poor boy to do? Well, now you pour on your salt, little mama, where tomorrow it won't be long. Where's the morning won't be long? 'Cause when the devil come calling, you know it always gets what it's done. Well, now your lights I'm working, and nobody home. I tell you we'll find you. You know he won't lose. No, no, he won't lose. 'Cause when the devil come calling, he only brings bad news. I'm gonna do one now, guys. Nobody home. Tell you we'll find you. You know no, he won't lose. No, no, he won't lose. 'Cause when the devil come calling, he only brings bad news. Well, you run and you run, hide while you can. Hey, you know you run and you run, hide while you can. 'Cause when the devil calls me, he always gets his man. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Ja, Rosco Levee was dat met zijn band. En ze maken zich weer klaar om deze kant op te komen. Dus ze zetten alles weer terug. Straks zitten ze hier in de studio en ga ik ze nog maar een paar vragen stellen. Dus even wachten tot ze hier weer in de studio zitten. Ja.
Was that okay? Did it sound okay?
That's okay. Yes,
Great.
thank you.
Great.
Is er? Yeah, here they are. Well, thank you very much for
It's our pleasure.
the
Thank
nice
you.
songs. It's from your new CD, from your debut album. CD?
Yes, yeah. The first two tracks were from the album Final Approach to Home. The last one is kind of a new one that it's been kicking around for a little while. We didn't go on the album, but we're probably going to put it down on the next album when we come to record that kind of early next year.
Mm-mm. And can you tell me something about how you start a song, how you write a song?
Oh,
It's very different from song to song, I think.
yeah. It kind of comes to me from day to days. Maybe I play guitar every day. I'll always have a guitar out at my home, and I'll pick it up and kind of play some bits. And sometimes it happens. Sometimes the best songs, they always say this, are written in 10 minutes, and they really are. I mean, some of the stuff on the album was kind of Hey Lady, a track on the album, was kind of written in 10 minutes. I brought it to the band. We played it a couple of times in rehearsal. We were like, yep, great, put it down. Went into the studio, put it down, second take I think it was, just did it. And sometimes it happens. Sometimes you kind of have to work, and we change bits around from week to week until we finally put it down. But
I think each band member as well kind of works on their own individual part, and sort of refines it over a period of months until we end up with a finished product.
yeah, yeah, it's quite a long process, I guess, really. But sometimes it just happens, doesn't it?
They're the best ones normally.
Yeah.
The ones that just happen straight away.
Yeah.
Just switching. And when you're in the studio, you do it in one take.
Well, we try to.
And everyone else we do.
Yeah, yeah. We try to. I mean, I don't like digital recordings. I don't like. I like analog kind of sound. We've recorded the album in 10 days, straight to reel tape, using really old equipment. Some of it, would break down every 5 minutes, and you'd have to kind of kick it to start it again. But it's a really cool little studio we went into in Rochester, in Kent, and. It's kind of, we put it down, we do a track, we come into the studio room, listen to it. We could do it better than that, so we go in and do it. But most of the tracks were done in kind of 2 or 3 takes, really. And the idea with that was that we didn't want to do overdubs, as we could, what you hear on the album is what we do live. I mean, okay, there's some backing harmonies and stuff that were added, and there's some different instruments. There's a horn section on there, for instance, But a lot of it was kind of just done in the heat of the moment, where it is exciting like that. It's raw and it's just passionate. And when it's digital and you can do as many takes as you want, it's kind of like you get to the 40th take and it's like, I've forgotten what I'm playing. Do you know what,
Yeah,
And there's
yeah.
a warmth I think you get from analog recording that you don't get from digital.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So you also like the tube amplifiers?
Oh yes.
For you.
Yeah, we actually in the band we use some. I think it's a 72, a 73, and a 75 trainer, which were a Canadian amplifier, and they are just all tube, straight Class A tube, and you crank them up and they just sound amazing. They're not really well known in the UK. We managed to pick them up quite cheap actually, but they're worth their weight in gold. They're fantastic amplifiers.
Canadian, aren't they?
They are Canadian, yeah.
Okay. And for the keyboard man, how did you start playing the piano? Did you start on an old-fashioned piano or on the keyboard?
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky. My parents wanted me to play the piano anyway when I was a kid, so I was lucky enough to have lessons. Really good teacher, and I did it for probably till I was about 18 or 19, I think, with the lessons, and had found at that point in my life I had left college, was out of work, and I just spent all my days playing the piano. So that's when I moved from playing classical stuff to more contemporary things, playing a bit of rock and roll and blues and that kind of thing. And that's when I started getting into bands, and I haven't looked back. I've loved it. And yeah.
Because with the piano or keyboards, you can't play on the streets. You have to go to a club.
Yeah.
It's
maybe that's
can't really busk a piano.
Well, I've seen a few places in town in Canterbury, and near where we live, and that you can get power outside if the weather's nice. So you can get an electric band outside in the streets. So it's possible. Yeah,
it's like Maxwell Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where you grew up in Kent?
Yes, yeah, we're all from Kent. I was born in Canterbury, and I grew up in a small town called Sittingbourne, yes, I went to school there, and I started again sort of like Lee. My parents got me into music when I was young. My father kind of plays guitar, and he was in a band in the 70s, in his younger days, and I started when I was 5 years old. I started on bass guitar, and I went into school. Yeah, the bass player would say that. I went into school, and they were trying to put an orchestra together, and they said, "Does anyone play guitar?" And I put my hand up. It was like, "I don't play guitar, but I have one." And they were like, "Oh, great, you're in." So I went home and said, "Dad, I've said that I've got a guitar. You need to give me a guitar." So he kind of gave me an old guitar, and I went in the next day, and they were like, "Great, you're on bass. Great, that's okay." So I kind of started off just doing the open notes like the E, A, D, and G, and just kind of doing that. And within a year, I was okay. I could kind of busk along with a lot of rock and roll tunes and stuff. And then I kind of got bored with bass. So I moved on to six strings.
Okay.
But yeah, I was very lucky. I mean, I grew up in a town where there wasn't a lot of music. There was, it wasn't so much. There was lots of drugs, but there was a scene where there was a lot of underage drinking, and the streets weren't great. If you I'm not saying it was a really hard bringing up. It was a great place, and my school was great. But there wasn't a lot to do for kids, say. So for me to have music, kind of kept me out of a lot of trouble that my friends at the time kind of got in, and it kind of saved me really. It was really good, and it just sort of brought me on to what we're doing now really, and it was all kind of a learning experience. But it's been a long while I've been playing and doing it.
Mm-hmm. And so your father also played guitar, so
yes, maybe, he plays. He was in a band in the 70s because he was in the Navy, in the British Navy, and he was in a band in the 70s that were really kind of heavy rock, like Deep Purple, Black Sabbath kind of thing. So when I grew up, that was the kind of music he'd play, and that's kind of what I heard. But then he'd also play with stuff like Elvis and Robert Johnson and Carl Perkins and the Allman Brothers and the band, and all these kind of influences have kind of stayed with me. And now kind of when I write a song and bring it to the guys and we change it about a bit, that's where our sound comes from. A lot of people have been comparing us to Lynyrd Skynyrd and the Allman Brothers, the American bands. And yeah, we do have an American sound, I think, even though we are English. But then I was brought up in a very American way. My dad's into American muscle cars. We have always had big cars with V8s and stuff, and so that's what I was brought up. Some kids, their dads like football, so they get into football. So that's why we sound the way we do really. It's just my upbringing, and it just so happens I found guys that are into exactly the same music, rock and roll, Little Richard, Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, all this kind of stuff, and we're all on the same kind of wavelength. So I've been very privileged and lucky to find these guys.
Yeah, I also find your music great.
Thank you very much.
But And for you, Rosco said he changed from bass to guitar.
Yep.
But many bass players change from guitar to bass.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, You're good at guitar, though, aren't you?
Well, I dabble. No, but I mean, I started on bass and I stuck with it because it's the best instrument in the world. So, yeah, no, I was actually in a pub. I've spent quite a bit of time in a pub, but well, this one time I was with my friend Adam, and I had this epiphany, if you like, and I just turned around and said to him, I have to play bass guitar, and he said, okay. So we pedalled down on our bikes the next day to the guitar shop, and I bought one, and I've never looked back really. So yeah, that was that story.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay. Do you think it's time to let us hear some more music?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let's do some more.
Okay, ja. Rosco, Levee en zijn band. Ze gaan weer naar hun plekken. Het zijn 2 gitaristen. Een pianospeler, keyboardplayer dus. En een drummer. En zang. Ik weet niet of je nu banjo gaat spelen of ook gitaar. Maar dat zullen we horen. Of mandoline.
Are you all ready? Whatever you need. Okay, let's do the country one from the album. Let's do Whatever You Need. Okay, ready, Dave?
Well, the wind blows, calling out your name, whispering that I should remain. Home is where your little heart lies. Home is where I shall reside. Whatever you need, you got a friend indeed. Though you look younger than you are, the look in your eyes says I've gone too far. I know I'm found a love to calm me down, and a furnace burns and keeps me warm. Whatever you need, you got a friend indeed. Whatever you need, you got a friend indeed. This journey's taken far too long, but now my spirit's got its wings again. And these deserted towns with the houses torn down make me wish that I was home. Darkness and through the light, I'll take the load. Whatever you need, so you got a friend indeed. Whatever you need, so you got a friend indeed. Oh, whatever you need,
Thank you guys. Okay, let's do that gospel one. G, you ready? Me and you, Lee. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Where the hills reach the sky, I'm going back where the hills reach the sky, back to the place where my mama did die. Bring me my whiskey to bed. Won't you bring me my whiskey to bed? Won't you bring me my whiskey to bed? The way things are going, I might wake up dead. But I know that you've taken good friends before. Know that you've taken good friends before. Well, I know that you've taken my friends before. Tell me why them? Lord, now me. Man up, boy, go on, son. One more time on the piano, man. Go for it. I'm a man who don't do much good, but I'm a man who's misunderstood. I'm a man on his knees asking you to love me, please. I'm a man who's misunderstood. Bring it down, guys. One more time. I'm a man who's misunderstood. And I'm a man who's misunderstood. Man on his knees asking you to love me, please. I'm a man who's misunderstood.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, let's do that. That other rootsy one. Let's do Mean Woman Blues.
Let me show you what is the blues. Cause you mean woman, your tongue got's like a sigh. Well now, I tell you darling, you should have treated me right. Well now, I bought you roses and I bought a ring. I loved you, baby, but you did not learn a thing. Cause you mean woman, your tongue cuts like a sigh. I tell you, darling, you should have treated me right. On the piano, Mr. Lee Wilson. Go on, brother. Your man, I got my girl, and see that you will be on the way to hell. Cause you mean woman, and your tongue cuts like a sack. Well now, I tell you darling, you should have treated me right. I'm gonna take one now. You baby, but you just got lost control. Well, a mean woman, and your tongue cuts like a sack. Well now, I tell you darling, you should have treated me right. Well now, and I tell you darling, you should have treated me right. And I tell you, darling, you should have treated me right.
Thank you.
Rosco, levee met zijn band. Ze komen straks weer deze kant op voor nog een stukje interview. Dan gaat hij meer vertellen over zijn nummers en waar hij allemaal speelt. En waar je hem kunt vinden op internet natuurlijk. So, thanks.
Great, cool.
It's great. So the song you just played, it was in I think in Open G.
Yes, Open G, yeah. It's standard for me, really.
Yeah. Do you play in a lot of different tunings?
To be honest, no. I got the Open G from Keith Richards with the Rolling Stones. I'm a massive Rolling Stones fan, and yeah, you know, he was famous for kind of discovering, when he discovered the Open G tuning, he actually took his bottom E string off and just had a 5-string guitar. You always see him in the 70s playing with just 5 strings. It's not because he's broken a string, it's because he purposely took it off, because you don't really need the bottom D as it is when it's in Open G. But I kind of get around it by using a capo to kind of, you know, to change the key, but pretty much standard and Open G. It's just great, especially on a dobro like that. You know, it rings and it sings. It's you know, it's kind of how those guitars are meant to be played.
Yeah, I know it from Muddy Waters. He also played a lot.
Yeah,
of,
Muddy Waters. Yeah.
Are you critical about your own songs?
Very.
Horrendously.
I mean, a good sounding board for me has always been obviously these guys, and kind of Andy, the other guitarist, who kind of plays mandolin, and he's kind of like a jack of all trades. He does a bit of everything, really. He's kind of like our court jester. But I show a lot of the demos first to Andy, and Andy will go, yeah, that's good, yeah, I like that. Then they kind of go, yeah, I'm not really feeling that one. So I kind of use him like a soundboard. But recently, I've just had a son, actually, Flynn, he's 7 months old now, and actually he's a very good sounding board as well, because I'm literally there playing a song, and he'll be sat on the floor playing with some toys, and if it's kind of good, he'll kind of sit there and just look at me, kind of like that. and if it's not a great song, he'll just kind of carry on, and then he'll start screaming as if like, yeah, shut up, daddy, shut up, yeah, rubbish. So you know, I kind of, and then obviously I write the songs and I write the lyrics and stuff, but it does change when we get it in the studio and when I bring it to these guys. I mean, the second song we played then, I literally wrote that a few weeks ago, and today was the first time we've played it as a band. So that
heard it.
and that was the first time these guys have heard it. So we actually had a rehearsal at our hotel in Amsterdam earlier on in the bar, and they were very kind enough to let us kind of set up all our gear in the bar, and we had a rehearsal this afternoon in the hotel to do that song, because I wanted to do it kind of for this show, really.
So great. What can you mention the name of that song?
That song was called My Gospel. It was
That's
the second
that one. The
I
second
played,
one.
yeah.
Yes. And can you remember your first song? Not about yourself, but the one you listened to.
Well, the first song I wrote myself.
No. The one.
Oh, the first song we did here.
The first music you heard in your life.
Oh, right, okay.
Or the band or the.
To be honest, I remember I've got one. I was very, very young, but one of my earliest memories is actually I got bought a Walkman. Do you remember when Walkmans had cassette players? And it was, you know, the cassette tape thing. And I had this Walkman that my uncle bought me, and I must have been about six maybe. I mean, I was already listening to the music my dad was playing at home, but I remember taking this cassette player everywhere. It was like my little thing that was my new toy. And my dad gave me ZZ Top's Eliminator album, and I don't really remember it too much, but apparently I used to ride my bike when I was about 5 or 6, just kind of rocking out, kind of listening to ZZ Top Eliminator. So I guess that's kind of got a little bit to say for why we sound, you know, kind of southern rockish. But I think that's my earliest memory. What's your earliest memory of music? Sorry.
My parents have terrible taste in music. My dad listens to acid jazz, and I went around my mum's the other day, and she was playing a cassette or a CD, and it was, you know, that panpipe music that you get, but it wasn't actually panpipes, it was a MIDI keyboard doing panpipes. I was like, that is atrocious.
We hate digital.
So yeah, that was the worst.
What's yours?
Yours.
Honestly, well, it must have been. Most of the music that I listened to at my early stage would have been what I saw on. I was to watch Top of the Pops all the time, which is great British TV programmes. Dead now, they don't have it anymore, but it has some really good things on it, and the Old Grey Whistle Test as well.
Yeah,
I saw a lot of the music that we do a few covers, you see, in this band, and a lot of the artists and the groups that we cover I first saw on that old TV show way back when. But I suppose my earliest.
The early kind of 70s Elton John stuff?
Yes, definitely that. I mean, that was what got me into playing more, moving away from the classical stuff.
Dr. John, of course.
I think I discovered him quite late, actually. Yeah, I'm ashamed to say.
Dr. John's incredible.
Yeah, but and Queen, I think, was probably some of the earliest stuff but that has no influence on what we do whatsoever.
Thankfully.
But mind you, Freddie's a great piano player.
Well, he's good.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
Maybe their bluesy stuff.
Yeah.
They
Queen.
did a bit, didn't they? Yeah,
Well, a little bit.
Yeah.
We should go and listen to some.
Yeah.
Next album.
Yeah.
Let's rip off Queen.
We go for it.
You get some spandex on.
And the other band members, can you tell me some more about them?
Yeah, well, David Tetmar on the kit, who I've known since I was 5 years old. We grew up living literally a stone's throw from each other, and we've always pretty much been in the same band, always toured together and always kind of hung out. So he's kind of like a lifelong friend to me. And Andy Hayes, going on at guitar and mandolin. He was in my last signed band. Was a band called the Delaners, and Dave was in that band with me, the drummer, and Andy. That's how I know Andy. And I met Andy in about 2000. It was 12 years ago now, at a Primal Scream concert in Brixton Academy.
Somebody doing mushrooms, wasn't it?
No. But it was I met him in and I kind of knew him because we kind of worked at the same place, and I'd always seen this guy that looked really cool, really suave, and kind of, you know, looked cool, and I kind of just spoke to him. He was like, I know you, and he was like, I know you. It was like, we kind of work in the same place. Yeah, well, next time, you know, say hi and what have you, and that we've been, you know, friends ever since then. So and he's always been with me playing this kind of stuff. So yeah.
Okay. And one other artist you know is Pete Molinari.
Yeah, Pete's a great friend of mine. I started off, I was his kind of guitarist for quite a while. We did quite a few festivals in the UK and some big shows in London. And He's and I actually appeared in one of his videos actually for a streetcar named Desire. There's me sat on the back of a Cadillac in that music video that we did. But yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and he's actually kind of one of the reasons why I went solo after the last band I was in, kind of, you know, split up and disintegrated, what have you. He was really one that encouraged me to write my own music and play it and get it out there. And I used him as a sounding board then as well, because I would play him a lot of music of my songs, and he'd say, "I really like that, Rosco. That's great. You know, I think you should go somewhere with that one." And he was really sort of. He kind of encouraged me quite a lot. Actually, a lot of friends and family did as well. But you know, I have to tip my hat to that guy. And you know, he's great. He's doing really well at the moment. And I'm actually playing a show with him sometime in July at the Blues Kitchen in Camden in London in the UK again. So I haven't seen him for a while. So it'd be nice to hook up with him again.
Yeah. Can you mention the website where people can find you?
Yeah, our website is roscolevee.com. That's got all the information you'll need. Also, come over and find me on Facebook, and find us on the Rosco Levee band page on Facebook. And don't be shy to add me as a personal friend. I'll add anyone. I don't mind. But yeah, come and say hi. All the gigs will be up there. We've just come over to Amsterdam and Holland for this kind of short mini tour. We've got to go back later this week because we've got some more gigs back in London in the UK. But after, you know, playing for our promoter over here last night, we're definitely going to be back out very soon. It's great. It's great out here. I mean, we're talking about Germany and Belgium as well. We're going to try and really branch out over here because you guys are great, and you really respect kind of what we do, and we've just had great feedback from people over here. Just been really nice about the music, and you know, said lots of really good stuff. So it's great. Thank you.
Yes. Well, thank you for making your music.
Our pleasure.
Oh, okay. Yes, actually, I've just had
reminder.
I've had a very subtle reminder. If you guys are out there and you live in or around Appledorn, we're there tomorrow night at the Blues Cafe, which I believe it's probably about 9 p.m. start. But it'd be really great. Come down, buy a CD, come say hi, and buy 3 CDs, yeah, and come say hi and hang out with a band, hang out with a cool band. And drink some beer and yeah, come down. Blues Cafe tomorrow night.
Apeldoorn.
Apeldoorn, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Bert.
And well, thank you. When you went solo with your own band, was it? Were you afraid?
Yes. I started off doing a lot of gigs solo before I kind of found these guys. And because I've always been in bands. To be honest, when I wasn't a songwriter when I was younger. I was really into Eric Clapton and the Beano album and early Peter Green and the whole thing of Eric Clapton when he went to Derek and the Dominoes and stuff. I wasn't into that at that point. I liked him when he was in Cream and in John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, where he was just the guitarist, and you know, and he was ferocious in his playing, and it was just awesome. That is one of the things that really got me into guitar. I'm not a massive Jimi Hendrix fan. I think I really respect what Jimmy did, and he was an absolute showman. But it's just not kind of my sort of bag. But that's. I was nervous, yeah, but I kept thinking about becoming, a singer-songwriter, and that's what kept me going. I kept wanting to do it. I kept pushing myself to do it. Even though I was nervous, I kept, trying to block it out of my mind, and then eventually I found these guys. Yeah. And then I'm no longer solo.
No. And now you're touring here?
Yes.
And in England?
Yes.
And you also got a family at home?
Yes.
Is it... maybe you too?
Yeah, we have family.
Yeah, we've.
Is it
we're
difficult?
Actually, we're the three in the band with children. Actually.
Okay.
I think it is difficult. Yeah, I mean, you've actually just got another one on the way.
Another one on the way. Yeah.
Congratulations.
But yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, we've only been out here a little while, and but I think it is going to get tough. I know we kind of have spoken about our little ones and stuff, and. Yeah, I mean it is, but at the end of the day, this is kind of what we love to do. Our respective partners at home, they know that, and the children will grow up kind of knowing that. But this is what we do, and eventually they get to the age. I mean, all of ours are quite young, so we get to the point where they can come out and on tour with us, which would be lovely at some point. But Yeah, at the moment, I mean, it's nice to go home actually, because you get my girlfriend's a lot nicer to me when I've been away for a while. I think she's sick of the sight of me when I'm there all the time.
So are you?
Clean up after you. That's
No,
it.
true. Yeah.
So are you gonna force the kids into the music?
No, I want my
buy
son
little,
to be a lawyer or a doctor because then they can earn money. Then look after me in my retirement. Yeah, I mean, I think all of our dream is just to. I think the days are gone. Okay, where you could get on a jet like Led Zeppelin had their own private jet, fly around the world. Days like that are gone. But as long as we can, come out, keep making the music that we love to make. As long as people keep buying it and coming to the shows, and we make a living. This is what we want to do. So. That's kind of how it is, really. We just want to carry on doing that. I'm not trying to change the world. We're not trying to change the world as a band. We're not a political band at all. We just want to play music that people, can drink to, have a good time to, have sex to, whatever you want to do to our music, do it. But that's just what we're about, really.
Okay. Well, that's great. It's almost 11 o'clock.
Okay.
So time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Bert. Thank you for having us. It's been great.
I wish
Really
you
great setup you got here. It's really good.
Yes.
And all the guys,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's been great. Cameraman's great. Great. And the sound man's great. I love his hair. I want to stroke it. It's really soft.
Yeah. Well, I say.
Just going to let you
I want to thank, I say in Dutch, the names.
Yeah,
Ivo van Gurp, Appernis, Gertjan van Kooten, Erwin Hefner en Kees Veerling. Bedankt allemaal. Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks guys. You've been great. It made us feel really welcome. It's really nice over here. We love Holland.
Well, I wish you come back another time. And,
Yes, yeah. Next time we're out here,
Yeah.
we'll come back and see you, Bert.
Okay. Well, good luck. And,
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great rest of your show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.